market just reaped across the board today. Gold and silver pumped hard, playing out exactly like I caught in my last video. I told you the market was like a fully coiled spring, and all I needed was a tiny bullish catalyst to trigger a massive face-ripping rally. But how long can this party last? Is Wall Street going to keep pumping higher, or is it just an epic bull trash, engineering by a smart money to front run the next move? You need to watch two macro catalysts. Catalyst one is U.S. earnings season. As the market desensitized to geopolitical noise, we rotate back to fundamentals. Next Monday, the big banks kick off Q1 earnings, followed by a barrage of mega cap tech. But unlike previous quarters, the main event this time is the ultimate AI ROI audit. And for the past year, all a tech CEO had to do was say AI announced massive CapEx, and the market would blindly beat up the stock. But now it's time to prove the monetization. Wall Street is taking a magnifying glass to those hundreds of billions in CapEx to see if it's actually generating cold, hard cash flow. And based on these setup, I am leading bearish right now because the market has priced in absolute perfection for AI. For mega caps like Microsoft and Meta, even a slight miss on forward guidance could be the catalyst that nukes the stock. And throwing high oil keeping yields elevated, and capital will likely rotate back into resource assets. And catalyst number two, the potential mega IPOs of SpaceX, Anthropic, and OpenAI. I actually view this as a massive bearish headwind for a broader market. Think about it, liquidity is finite. For massive institutions to get a piece of these IPOs, they have to rebalance liquidating current holdings to free up cash. These massive liquidity drain will trigger immense selling pressure across the tech sector. And let me call out this BS about SpaceX allocating 30% to retail. Do not mistake that for a gift. The IPO game on Wall Street has changed. These unicorns only go public when their private valuations are already observably bloated. And the IPO is often and the absolute macro top. Back in the dot-com bubble, Microsoft back holders were trapped for over a decade. It took until 2016 just to reclaim the 1999 highs. So look at SpaceX trading at nearly a 1000x PE. If retail falls into that, how long until they break even? So let's wrap it up with a macro summary. Trump just spot the market at 2-week breathing window, and equities will revert to trading on fundamentals and liquidity. So for short term, I'm bullish. We dumped way too hard recently, so a technical bounce was overdue. The sentiment and news flow was perfectly aligned for a pump. Looking at EBC market buzz, sentiment on the Nasdaq has officially flipped bullish. There's a green light, but don't get complacent. This is just a temporary window. In 2 weeks, whether we keep reaping or start dumping depends entirely on earnings data and liquidity drain for these mega IPOs. There is one wild card, though. The macro environment is still fragile. Elon might delay the IPO this year, which would temporarily ease the liquidity squeeze. So for the next 2 weeks, ride a trend, but don't get greedy. Take profits at resistance and protect your downside. This latest geopolitical black swan was a brutal reminder. Never go all in. Maxing out your margin amplifies your emotions. Even when you spot a generational dip, you have zero dry powder to buy it, while you are just praying to break even on a bounce. The smart money is already locking in profits. As always, this is just my personal macro analysis, not financial advice.